the whole foundation for the program that I do with reactive dogs is to retrain their nervous system on how to respond to things. So it's very little about your dog learning to do something. There are some behaviors we teach, obviously, and having your dog learn to do things just in general is good for their brain and overall health. But while we're working on this, the whole point of it is to retrain how your dog responds to these stimuli, whatever that be. Hearing dogs' tags jingle in the distance, seeing a dog, smelling a dog, seeing someone come down a trail, whatever it is. Training them how to respond differently to those stimuli. So whatever triggers them to be reactive, to not have that emotional outburst happen, to keep it low, so keep it down to like a simmer or lower and not boiling over the pot, and getting your dog's whole body to respond differently. So it's not so much of a training exercise. So keep that in mind with the spider thing. Just like I need to get a person who's having a complete meltdown about a spider into a better place, or help their body and brain understand that that is not something they need to freak out about. It's not going to be so much about me teaching them to do something else like spin around in a circle when there's a spider around for Snickers, because that would help. So that's not going to help someone whose emotional state is in a place where they cannot handle thinking. And that's the same situation for your dog. There's a lot that I do that is more about not eliciting responses in other dogs with the dog I'm working with than anything else in a lot of situations. So most of the actual behaviors I'm doing are a lot about balancing your dog and getting your dog into a good place mentally, but are a lot about your dog not doing anything that provokes other dogs. So this is a vicious cycle. If your dog engages with other dogs, they are more likely to engage with your dog. And engages with other dogs would be looking at them, pulling towards them, frontally aligning, so being like, a dog. Staring is really, really big. So I said looking at, but like staring is one of the biggest ones. Barking, lunging, growling, obviously. So anything that would be like, I am acknowledging you. So just like you would be more likely to talk to somebody who is like, if you're at a grocery store and you walk by somebody and they go, you'd be much more likely to talk to that person, or even yell at you, even more likely to talk to that person maybe, than someone who's just like doing their groceries and not paying any attention to you. And that's what we're trying to achieve with your dog. Because it's just like if you ran around yelling at people, like if you were a road ragey driver, you would find that people tend to react aggressively to you. And if you mind your own business or are nice to people, people tend to either ignore you or react nicely to you. So we want to not only reprogram your dog's internal behavior, but reprogram their external behavior to not elicit responses. There are quite a lot of dogs I work with that are not good with other dogs, not friendly, don't like other dogs, that I take all over the place, like even to beaches where there's off-leash dogs everywhere, because we're really good at figuring out spaces and like how far we can be from that dog and kind of pop evaluating dogs, which you're not necessarily expected to do for sure. And just communicating that we're not interested. So like we'll get close to a dog, I'll see the dog, look over and think, maybe I want to run over to that dog. And we'll just quietly, nonchalantly not look at the dog and turn and walk away. And the dog's like, oh, they're going somewhere else, no worries. So we want to elicit that in other dogs too. So a lot of this program is geared around that kind of thing, getting your dog not to elicit aggressive responses.